Hi, Brandy. I'm going to try to give you an answer to your question with regards to exactly what is the invisible web and a little bit about Boolean logic. So let's start with Boolean logic since I'm already here. I was kind of playing with it. This is what you see when you go into week one and specifically the assignment. And Boolean logic is a tool or a strategy you can use for searching the web regardless of what database you use. So you can use it on Google, you can use it on subject directories, you can use it in the invisible web, etc. So basically this tutorial is going to help you understand Boolean logic. So they are terms that are used to refine your searches online. So for the example, and if you use two terms, that Boolean term is going to give you results that include them both. So in this case, you've got let's see, what is this? Yellow and green, yellow and blue. Yellow and blue, but green is the one in the middle, so that's the two that's joining them, and that's what your search result would be. I think there's another example. I think about what has fur and what's that? Fur and barks. And so you have these three options: one being a cat, one being a bird, one being a dog. So you know it's not going to the result for cat is not going to come up because it doesn't bark, and the result for bird's not going to come up because it doesn't bark. So of those three, you would just get the dog, right? Yeah, that's what's happening there. Okay, so then it's going to tell you about the other one, or is used to expand your search. So and will narrow it, or will expand it and give you both keywords. Okay, sometimes we refer to those as queries. Okay, so in this case, feathers or scales. So birds and fish would come up, but not cats. Okay, then you have one more search term, which is not, and it's going to give you a portion of a search. So let's see, the example they use is what lays eggs not in trees. Okay, so you've got a dog. Dog doesn't lay eggs and it's not in trees. But birds lay eggs, they just happen to be in the water. I'm sorry, birds lay eggs, they could be in trees, and the fish lay eggs and they're in the water. Okay. So anyway, go through this interactive slide presentation, and that should kind of help you understand Boolean terms, search terms, and you can use those in the invisible web or any of the subject directories, or like Google, Bing, that kind of thing, to find information. Okay, so then you would fill out a query or keywords, for example, and show me how you can use Boolean logic related to the topic of the searches for this assignment, which happened to be educational technology. So you can come up with a query and then come up with two queries. So maybe the first query is something like education and technology, which I really wouldn't recommend you try those because that's pretty broad. The second one could be education or technology. Again, that's really broad. So I want you to give it some thought, narrow it down, and explore educational technology in the classroom, maybe for elementary kids or something like that. Okay, an area that might be of interest to you. Okay, so then we have the invisible web. Info mining is an example of the invisible web. So let me show you how you would know that. You would search, look here under Search Basics, which is from the about.com site. Okay, and then you click on Invisible Web. Here it'll explain what the invisible web is, which is what I want you to kind of go through. It'll answer some of the questions that you have, but as you go down, it'll give you an example of the invisible web. Let's see, did I just pass it? Nope. I'm looking for, there it is, mega portals. So here's an example of an invisible web. The invisible web are databases that you don't have direct access to. It's not necessarily that they're hard, but you wouldn't necessarily know about them, and the web doesn't automatically search them. Google doesn't automatically search them. What do you call it? Subject directories don't automatically search them. So you kind of tend to have to know about them. For example, CBU's library databases, that's an example of the invisible web. You have to have your username and password in order to access those databases. This one here is the University of California, and they have InfoMine. It's free and you can access it, but the web doesn't normally just search that database. Okay, you've got the same thing here with the virtual library. So you can try those and then use your keyword searches in order to help you find information on educational technology. Okay, hopefully that helps. If not, just send me another email with a specific question and we'll take it from there. Have a good evening.